Hello, Summoners! Matthew from the Nintendo Treehouse here with some quick tips for the Fire Emblem Heroes game. The heroes you voted for in the Choose Your Legends event earlier this year have arrived. These 4 popular heroes are getting special versions with new outfits. First up is Gullveig. Gullveig is the golden seer that was a light goddess of Vanaheimr that was a different girl named... Wait, that's a little... Gullveig is wearing the guise of her past self. Let's take a look at her skills. With her power over time, Gullveig can manipulate the terrain, grant herself another action, and even damage foes before combat begins. Her weapon, the Cycle's Turn, grants bonuses to all of her stats and can further increase her high attack and speed based on the number of turns that have passed. It also neutralizes any foe skills that alter follow-up attacks, deals extra damage based on speed, and gives her access to Canto. For her A skill, she has Flared Sparrow. Not only does this skill further increase her attack and speed, it also can deal 7 damage to a foe as combat starts, and creates a divine vein of flame in a line spreading to the left and right of the foe she's facing. The spaces on this vein become more difficult for ranged foes to move across, and also deals damage to any foe standing on it at the beginning of the enemy phase and before combat. For her B skill, she has Gold Unwinding. This aptly named skill weakens a foe's speed and resistance, gives her damage reduction at high HP when initiating combat, and even grants Gullveig another action while inflicting gravity on herself. However, once this skill triggers, the extra action cannot be granted again for 2 turns. Plan accordingly. To round out her skill set, Gullveig also comes with Attack Speed Oath 4 to increase mobility and increase stats along with Luna for her special. Create a vein with Gullveig at the start of a turn by attacking a foe, and then have your other allies take advantage of the extra damage from the vein, or use the vein to control an enemy group of ranged attackers. First up is Soren. Soren is kind and loyal, but only to one man, and that man's name is Ike. To everyone else, he can be cold, but his talent for strategy gains others' respect despite that. Here, we see him dressed in the garb of an Archsage, showing his growth. Soren is a strong magic unit that can be deceptively difficult to kill if he plays his cards right. He carries an Archsage tome that can increase his stats, has damage reduction based on his resistance stat, and can even assign an ally as a decoy. With Assigned Decoy, Soren can have an ally take his place in combat when a foe attacks, as long as the foe's attack range is the same as the ally serving as a decoy. He also has a unique A skill, Rare Talent, that, if his resistance is high enough, can trigger multiple effects and can block negative special cooldown charges to him and attack twice depending on how strong his resistance is compared to his foe. This can also help make full use of his new inheritable special called Flare, which boosts his damage by 60% of the foe's resistance when he has high HP, or by 40% while healing 30% of his max HP when he has low HP. He also has Magic Null Follow for follow-up control and the ability to reduce a foe's damage reduction, along with Times Pulse 4 to keep the countdown on his special low at all times. With such high resistance, it is best to pair Soren with a strong physical unit that can take a hit for him on the front lines. If your plan is a good one, Soren can survive on the front lines to deal out massive magical damage. First up, we have the female version of Corrin dressed in the clothing of Vala. Although she wears an outfit from the Hidden Kingdom, she still holds both the kingdoms of Hoshido and Nor in her heart. Corrin is a great defensive armor unit that has HP recovery and can alter terrain around her to help her allies. Her weapon, Vala Stone, lowers all the foe's stats, neutralizes effects that guarantee foes' follow-ups and prevent her own, and reduces damage taken by 30% if HP conditions are met. After acting, she applies the Divine Vein of Stone to surrounding spaces that can increase defense and resistance of allied units in the space by 6 and give them damage reduction to enemy specials. Realms United is Corrin's unique A skill that allows her to counter from any distance, lowers all of the enemy's stats during combat, and reduces damage from the first attack by 7 when conditions are met. Her B skill, Counter Roar 4, further lowers the foe's attack and speed during combat, further reduces damage received, boosts damage of her next attack, and even heals HP after combat. Finally, attack speed far save allows her the ability to take the place of her allies in combat when fighting range foes, which complements the damage effects of armored flow very well. With all of her damage reduction effects and vein support, Corrin is almost like a mobile fortress. It's best to keep defensively weak allies close to her so that she can support their defensive stats, or even jump in to protect them from ranged threats. Last but not least, first up, we have the male version of Robin who dons the outfit of the Exalt's Tactician. Crom has also granted Robin a new sword to symbolize the close bond they share. This version of Robin is a versatile and mobile infantry unit that can really expand your tactical options by granting a unique status to his allies and open up movement. His weapon, Deliverer's Brand, boosts all stats during combat and reduces damage from a foe's first attack. If equipped with his default special Ignis, he can ignore the foe's damage reduction and calculate damage using the lower of their defense or resistance for huge damage. His B skill, Gambit 4, further lowers foe's speed and defense during combat, reduces damage, and adds more damage when equipped with a special like Ignis. The highlight of his skill set is his C skill, and part of one of his catchphrases, Tip the Scales. This skill grants the status of Rally Spectrum to himself and nearby allies. This status boosts all stats of a unit and accelerates their cooldown count. If that wasn't enough, Robin also has the ability to move next to any ally with this status within 5 spaces for some insane movement options. Position allies strategically so that Robin can jump in and protect his allies with high damage reduction or slay extremely strong foes with his powered-up special. Next we have... Wait, something isn't... That's all for today, Summoners! Hello! That's all for today. Hello! Good luck. Good luck! That's all. Good luck. Good luck.